I was, I think, grade 1 or something, and they marched us down to the hospital 2 or 3 blocks, and we had to lie on these mats and get sun lamp treatments because they said we didn't get enough sun in Stuart. And nowadays they don't want you to go to the sun, but anyway. But I mean, you're in grade 1 and you have to slide there in your underwear. You're quite embarrassed. You don't like it.
Take me where the sun is shining. Watch the mist roll down the mountain. A place we can go.
What do? I hang out in between this mountain and that mountain. I work at that dock over there. Spend my life going back and forth from that dock to home. Every once in a while I go out of town. That's it.
That's it.
Me and Marge the barge go fishing once in a while.
I came to Stuart when I was 5 months old, and my dad had a restaurant in Barkerville. And the gold rush was a big thing. People were paying in shares, they didn't have any money. So then they came up to Stuart and they opened a restaurant here. But my dad had cancer and he was sent down to the States for treatments and stuff, to the Mayo Clinic and stuff. And he died when I was 6 years old in Vancouver. So my mom was left up here with 2 little girls. I was 6 and my sister was 8. You know, she's in a strange country and it must have been very tough for her. But anyway, she managed. And I stayed here in school. It only went up to grade 9 then, and I took 10, 11, and 12 by correspondence, which is something like the internet now.
What is Stuart? It's a mining town mostly, right beside Alaska. There's Alaska right there, 2 kilometers away from Stuart. Actually, my parents lived in Hyder, and I was born in Stuart. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we all went, we were young, we all went to Hyder to party. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I grew up and that was all our stomping ground over there. You know, we used to go back and forth. There was no border. But now that border there slows everything right down. Hyder used to be a bustling little place. You know, several bars and gift shops, and everybody was going over there. It was a real thing to come here. Most people come here so they could go to Hyder. Everybody used to come up in ships. That's all these pilings you see up here. The steamships used to come up in here, and old, you know, Hyder, BC, they call it. All these pilings over here, that little town.
They had a weekly boat. Weekly boat came in from Vancouver and it would stop in different places. A lot of tourists came up. And the groceries came in and the car would come in on the boat. Everything came in on the boat. So when the boat came in, the fresh fruit and the fresh vegetables there was a mad rush at the store. That's because everything was fresh, eh?
Oh, the road that when you left here, it was just a single lane road. It would take 8 hours to go to Terrace. You know, it used to take forever, and as a kid, you know, it was a whole lot of car sickness and corners and hills, and it was quite a terrible little road, but thinking back on it, you know, it was pretty neat. You know?
It was high up. It wasn't where it is now. It was high up in the mountain. You can probably still see there's a road that goes high up the mountain. And you made a lunch, and it was a big thing to go to Terrace. It was about 7 hours, yeah.
The scenery we've seen, all that road went beside every lake. We used to stop at every lake. Of course, for a break, you need a break, but you know, all the creeks and lakes and waterfalls and stuff. Every time we met a vehicle, one of us would have to back up. You know, because it was that narrow. And half the time it was straight up on one side and straight down on the other, especially by that glacier.
And then the government had stopped working on the road or something for some reason for a while. And then a bunch of us went out to Miziad and with rakes and stuff. I think I had a rake and we were working on the road.
Yeah, I don't know, Stewart's doesn't change too much. Look at this dock I work at here.
Yeah.
That thing was made in 1970. That's when it went in there.
Really?
Yeah, 1970. We're still shipping out of there today.
Yeah.
And what kind of changes? I don't know. My dad used to be the wharfinger for that dock right there, the Northland dock.
Yeah.
Right now the economy's doing pretty good. You know, we got some things happening here, but it's not big time or anything, you know. Like I talked to people in town just today and they said, geez, it's pretty slow. You know, in the hardware store, they're saying, geez, it's pretty slow, you know, and usually choppers are flying around here, and, you know, feels like Vietnam. Not that I've ever been, but, you know, just choppers all the time, you know, for diamond drilling, exploration, and whatnot. This year, look at, there should be choppers flying right now, and there's not.
We were kids and then we were teenagers. We always seemed, we didn't have TV then. We got together as teenagers, and I can still remember we played Monopoly or at somebody's house. And we all got together in somebody's house. We didn't seem to be bored. Walks. Well, they used to have dances. There was a moose hall and a Masonic hall. They had dances and they had get-togethers like for St. Patrick's Day. And I just finished grade 11, then in grade 12, the Opry came in the Bank of Montreal, and I worked there for years. And we used to go up the Premier Mine. The Premier Mine was the mine about 17 miles away, I guess. And we used to go in a little bus or a van or something. They'd take us up. And we'd take the money up. We'd open up an account up there in business. And we always took the two guns with us. I never shot a gun in my life. We had to take the guns with us, I remember.
Some people say she's boring, but I don't know, I'm pretty happy here.
Yeah.
I love looking at that mountain every day. I come to work, I stare out at the ocean, I look up at that mountain, and I grew up going out here with me and my buddies going way down there and for a week sometimes. And just, we loved it. We absolutely loved it. You know, you go out there, you just need a pound of butter and a frying pan and away you go.
Well, my birthday's the 13th, which is a Thursday.
Okay.
But my sons are putting on a big party for me on the Saturday. Mm-hmm. And my niece is coming, my nephew, and a few people. They had a big party for me when I was 80. It doesn't seem like it's 10 years ago, but it was. I mean, it's open to everybody. I mean, we don't just invite certain people. Then Mary, my friend, was here yesterday, and she said, well, we bring our own booze. I said, no, you don't. The boys are putting on the party.
Wow. What's the secret? What's the trick to a long, healthy life?
Oh, I don't know. I just do what I want. I can remember I had some people in here once, and this friend of mine, she lives in the Okanagan, and she was saying after, she said, well, you know, Mary doesn't do things right. She eats supper too late, and I noticed she didn't eat very enough fruit. And then I said to the boys, I must be doing something right to live this long, so I just do what I want, yeah.
Feels great to be back in Stuart. Usually I'm here a little bit later in the year, gorging myself on berries. A little bit early this time of year for berries, but that's okay because we've been killing it, shrimping and crabbing until yesterday when a certain somebody sunk both crab traps to the bottom of the ocean. Trolled all around with the jigging rod, hooked into one of them twice, couldn't get it to the top. But Darcy's convinced he's rigged something up that's gonna work. But regardless of success, I'm just stoked to go drag bottom with Darce on March the Barge. Nice. How does it feel being the captain of such a glorious, prestigious yacht like this?
I love it. Okay, I don't know whose coveralls these are, but we're taking one for a ride.
Live on set at the crab trap locker.
Yeah, again.
Some more?
Yeah, once more. Oh. Dustin, we put it on backwards. Slide her in this way this time. I spent a lot of years at the fish plant and you know how to weld, and a lot of fishermen asked me to build something to recover their gear with.
Oh, really? So I'm not the only idiot out there.
No, no. Got something.
We got something? Okay. Frick yeah.
Oh, came easy.
Uh-oh.
No.
Maybe just slipping up the rope.
Oh, shit.
Whoa! Well, this is our final attempt. We took the buoy off the end of the line, doing some high-speed crab trap trolling. Yeah? I've been feeling lucky for 2 days, but still down 2 crab traps. Uh-oh! Oh, there she goes.
Ah, gee whiz. Is this the first time you got skunked or what?
Certainly not. Found a rope, a cable. Oh, it stinks too.
Yeah, well, we didn't get skunked.
Real keeper.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Skunked.
What color are the crab traps they sell at the hardware store? I'll go buy an identical one before I go back. Tell Emmy, found it! Frick, those things you built are strong. I thought it would have bent one of those tines or broke it off or something. Damn near pulled up that whole shipwreck. Well, pretty devastating way to end the crabbing season, but this is our last coastal port where we can fish and crab, so I guess if we're looking for a silver lining, at least we don't have to drag traps all the way to the Arctic. The Portland Canal may have claimed a couple traps, but it's not going to prevent us from enjoying her. This is one of the most beautiful places for some sightseeing. Got lots of waterfalls, wildlife, and even some history. We've actually had the boat in the water for like 4 or 5 days now, but the wind's been howling. Today is our first day of favorable forecast. We're going out to enjoy it. European expedition truck. Pretty radical. A couple of sea otters been infiltrating our perimeter. Good old-fashioned double granny. When most people think about the ocean, they think about waves crashing on a beach. Me, I think about mirror finish boating down a fjord. Took some patience, but we finally got it. Welcome to the Portland Canal, everybody. Just beautiful out here. Coming up to our first waterfall. Phase 1 of today's Portland Canal expedition is retrieving the prawn trap. It's been sitting out there for 2 days right in front of my favorite rib. Look at this old ball of cable here. The Portland Canal is an interesting place geographically to explore because it's split right down the middle. This side is Canada, British Columbia. That side is Alaska. You can boat freely back and forth. You're just not allowed to go onshore. If you do go onshore, technically you're required to go all the way to Prince Rupert and then check in, because there is no USA port here or border patrol, just Canada. directly off to our port side here is the Marmot River. And then ahead of that, Marmot Valley. And that brings you up to one of my previous adventures, to the Porter, Idaho mine. In the latter years, there was a tramway going up, but in the early days, this is where the old timers used to start hiking. About halfway up this valley is the old tram building. It's basically inaccessible unless you have access to a helicopter or you hike in from the backside. But imagine that hike up there. Pretty grueling. Tough old boys back in the day. I was hoping to get here when the tide was a little bit higher because you can boat right up into this little valley. Oh, look at that weasel. Look at that. We've been making notes out here, shrimping what areas are working and what areas are not, and what areas are recommended. I'm feeling so friggin' good about this spot. We've got it down to basically a science. I pull up the first 300 feet of leaded line, and he gets the last 75 feet of regular rope for the glory. Is it full?
Jumbo.
A jumbo?
Oh my god!
Is it full?
No, it's not full, but it's jumbo.
Oh my god! There's some huge ones in there. Some jumbos!
We did it!
We did it! Very multicultural pot today. Let me show you.
Oh my god.
Got a few of these monster spot prawns.
One.
1, 2. This is like a record. 3. Almost lost them. 3 monster spot prawns. A collection of coon stripe shrimp. 6 of these little pink shrimp. And the big papa squat lobs. Never seen one so big. Look at that. What a success. I can't believe the size of this big spot prawn. That's wild. We're taking a massive risk with our decision. We want to save the big ones for shrimp head miso, but there's no way to keep them fresh in the boat, so we're going to tie the whole bag to the shrimp buoy and retrieve it on the way back. But we've taken out a couple coon stripers. Gonna eat them raw. Beautiful, fresh shrimp. Double bagged shrimp in the ocean, tied off. I am immediately filled with concern. There appears to be a whale coming after the shrimp. Probably just some seaweed. What's going on with this spot? We came around the corner and there was half a dozen eagles. I thought for sure there would be something dead on the shore over there. Nothing. They've kind of all perched up in here in the trees.
What's this?
That's the eagle call.
Eagle?
Yeah.
Cute. Wow, the eagle. Oh. You missed it?
Yeah. I've never seen so many like in one spot unless there's something to eat. I don't see a platform anywhere or a nest. Anyways, pretty cool. commenting on the color of the water here, and that's one of my favorite things about boating in the Portland Canal. All these rivers coming in, they're basically directly down from glaciers, and it brings a lot of silt down with it. So right here at the end of the channel, it's pretty muddy water, but when you get out far enough where the mud sinks, you get just the glacial silt left behind, and it's just a beautiful turquoise. You can really start to see the color of the water change here. That mud's dropping out, leaving behind some beautiful glacial silt. Can you believe this is the Pacific Ocean? Just beautiful out here today. So nice, we're finally seeing our first bit of wildlife here. Nice big healthy black bear. You can tell he doesn't see very many humans. He doesn't know what to think of us. Oh, another one. That's nice. No grizzlies yet, but nice to get a little taste of some bear action. Would you take a look at that crevasse? Ooh, that's a nice one. Just think, all the years it took this water to carve through that. Unbelievable. Could have been hundreds, could have been thousands, could have been hundreds of thousands. It's really cool. Emmy's getting pretty good captaining the boat, so I have a chance to get off and check out some spots I wouldn't otherwise. I filmed this location a couple years ago, but just from the boat and the drone. Look at this. What an unbelievable spot. I didn't realize how slippery this was until I was actually out of the boat. I'm very concerned about getting back into the boat. Maybe if you could nose up right here. Sit down so you don't crash. Sit down. That was pretty rad, huh? I just needed to strike a pose. This brand new jigging rod. It's never even seen a fish. The closest thing it's come to catching is that crab trap. May as well give it a whirl. Got myself some new jigging lures courtesy of Stony Tackle Shack. Already got a bird's nest. Going down. See any rockfish on there? Oh, a couple of big ones.
That's one?
Could be. There it is. There's the bottom.
Oh, scared me. Something is on it. Yeah.
Well, I'm about to.
You are?
Yep. No fish in this spot. That's okay though. I know like 10 more that's just full of them. Yeah, this right here, red hot fishing spot. Welcome to fishing spot number 3. Similar to the first 2. The only difference is this one just loaded with fish.
Oh my god!
Got a fish! I knew it! I friggin' knew it! I took one look at this spot and I said there's a friggin' fish in it!
Should I turn the engine off?
Nope.
Okay.
We might need it in case it goes for a run. Don't want it to spool me.
Whoa!
Nice one!
Yeah, nice one. What's that?
Some type of rockfish.
It's a rockfish?
Yep, that's a rockfish. We're into a monster here! That thing was on as soon as it hit the bottom. No, keep reeling, keep reeling. That's okay, keep reeling. It's just getting tired. Oh, going for a power stance. Oh, yeah. There you go. First ever rockfish. Into another one. Oh, oh, got a biggie. Get him in the boat. Pulled up a winner. Beauty. Biggie. Yeah, you caught the biggest fish on this rod so far. I can't let it slide. Fishing was a great little bit of success, but I would like to welcome you to today's location, and it's basically my arch nemesis location. I have lost more cameras and corrupted more footage trying to film this bay right here than anywhere else in the world. And coincidentally, right over there in the tree line is a building that is apparently an old brothel. Might be a little bit of voodoo mama juju in here. And I've been told about some old mine processing facility somewhere in here. I have tromped all over in the forest here looking for it. I've never found it. So today, we're gonna put the drone up in the air, see if we can find something. Way up the valley, I see 2 clearings. Otherwise, 0 sign of human intervention. I'm not saying it's not out here because I've heard about this from 2 different people, both quite reliable sources. And I mean, you can't beat boots on the ground with this dense forest. I wouldn't really think that I'd end up finding it with the drone, but I have tromped all over this area. Haven't found a friggin' thing. Well, got myself nice and seasick flying the drone out here on the waves. We're gonna take the Alaska side home, check out some of those American waterfalls. Here it is, the real deal, the real thing, actual Alaska. I don't know, everyone talks about their great Alaskan adventure, going remote, going so far. It's just across the channel. Got a pretty nice waterfall coming up here. There's one more big waterfall we'll check out, and then I think we're gonna have to call her a day. It's getting late already. I mean, it's light out till almost midnight, but still. Geez, you know, you don't really realize how far you're going when you're just trickling along slow all day long. We're on our big push back, and let me tell you, it is a grind. But Emmy's been launching the swellfish off 6-foot whitecaps like a pro, and we're officially at our final waterfall of the day. Can't wait to share it with you.
My head down,
seems my memory has failed me slightly. This appears to be 90% canyon and only 10% waterfall. Nevertheless, it is 100% beautiful, and it's time to go home. Looking good. I was really hoping they'd still be alive. Here you go, bag of shrimps. Feels great to finally be finding some success shrimping and prawning, and what an absolute treat it was to sit down and chat with Mary and Darcy. And more than that, what a treat to get to share it with all of you. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Destination Adventure, everybody. As always, take nothing but pictures, leave nothing but footprints, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Thrown back, I got